Teenage Love, Part 5, The Crossroads of Tomorrow. Graduation day had finally arrived. The air was filled with excitement, nervousness, and a bittersweet sense of finality. The once familiar school halls were now adorned with banners, and the courtyard where Alex and Lily had spent so much time together felt different, brimming with the energy of students ready to move on to the next chapter of their lives. Alex and Lily stood amidst the crowd, wearing their caps and gowns, surrounded by their friends and classmates, but their focus was on each other. They had spent the last few months facing the uncertainties of life and love head-on. Their relationship had deepened through open communication, patience, and an understanding that love alone wasn't always enough. Today was the culmination of all the promises they had made to each other, but it was also the beginning of something new. A future they were stepping into with both excitement and trepidation. After the graduation ceremony ended, they met in the quiet corner of the school courtyard, where they had shared so many important moments. This time, the air felt heavier, the unspoken question of "what's next?" hanging between them.
We made it. Graduation day. It feels like we've been waiting forever for this moment, but now that it's here, I don't know how I feel.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. It's like we've spent so long worrying about the future, and now it's here. Everything we've been talking about, everything we've been planning for, it's all happening. Are you ready?
I don't know if anyone's ever really ready, but I feel like we've done everything we can to prepare. We've talked about all the hard stuff, and we've made it this far. But now it's time to make some real choices, isn't it? Question: do you think we're really ready for what comes next? A. Yes, we've done everything we can to prepare for this moment. B. No, nothing can truly prepare us for the challenges ahead. C. We're as ready as we'll ever be, but we'll have to figure things out along the way.
Answer: C. We're as ready as we'll ever be, but we'll have to figure things out along the way. I think we've done everything we can to prepare, but life is unpredictable. There's no way to be fully ready for everything that's coming. We'll have to figure it out as we go, and that's okay. What matters is that we're facing it together.
That's true. We've prepared as much as we can, but we can't predict what the future will throw at us. I guess that's what makes it exciting, though, right? Knowing that we're stepping into the unknown, but that we'll handle it together.
The sounds of celebration filled the air around them as the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the school grounds. The laughter of their classmates echoed in the distance, but for Alex and Lily, time seemed to slow. This was their moment, a quiet pause before the rush of the future swept them forward.
You know, this isn't just the end of high school. It's the end of a chapter in our lives. Everything's about to change. We're both heading in different directions for college, and I can't help but wonder, how are we going to make this work?
I've been thinking about that too. We've talked about distance before, but now that it's really happening, it feels different, more real. Do you still think we can handle it?
I think we can. We've faced so much already, and we've made it through. But long distance is going to be hard. We need to have a plan, something to hold on to when things get tough. Do you think we should set some kind of expectation for how we'll make it work? Question: should we set specific expectations for how we'll handle long distance, or should we just see how it goes? A. Yes. Setting expectations will help us stay connected and manage the challenges. B. No. We should let things happen naturally without putting too much pressure on ourselves. C. A balance of both, some expectations to keep us grounded, but also room to let things develop naturally.
Answer: C. A balance of both. Some expectations to keep us grounded, but also room to let things develop naturally. I think we need some expectations, like how often we'll talk or visit each other, but we shouldn't put too much pressure on ourselves. Life is unpredictable, and we need to leave room for things to change. As long as we stay flexible, we'll be able to handle whatever comes our way.
That makes sense. We should have some structure to keep us connected, but also enough freedom to let things evolve on their own. It's about staying committed, but not forcing it.
The sky shifted from orange to deep purple as dusk settled in. The school courtyard, once filled with the excitement of graduation, had quieted down. The last of the students were leaving, and the lights from the school building flickered on, casting a soft glow over the familiar space.
I know we've talked about a lot, but there's one more thing on my mind. As much as we've promised each other that we'll make this work, part of me is still scared. What if things change and we grow apart? What if the distance is too much?
I've thought about that too. It's scary, not knowing what's going to happen, but I think that's just part of life. We can't control everything, and we might change, but I don't think growing apart is inevitable. We've already faced so much together. I think we can handle whatever comes next. But what about you? Do you think we'll stay as close as we are now? Question: do you believe we'll stay as close as we are now, even with everything changing? A. Yes, we've built a strong foundation, and distance won't change that. B. No, distance will naturally create some distance between us emotionally too. C. We might not stay exactly the same, but that doesn't mean we'll grow apart.
Answer: C. We might not stay exactly the same, but that doesn't mean we'll grow apart. I don't think we'll stay exactly the same, but that's not a bad thing. We're both going to change as we grow, and so will our relationship. But change doesn't mean we'll lose what we have. If anything, it might make us stronger, because we'll have to keep working at it and finding new ways to stay connected.
I like that. It's like our relationship will evolve, just like we will. We might not be exactly the same people a year from now, but that doesn't mean we won't still be close. It just means we'll have to keep putting in the effort to grow together.
The stars had started to appear in the deepening night sky, twinkling above them as Alex and Lily stood together, their graduation gowns rustling in the gentle evening breeze. The world around them was changing, but in this moment they felt anchored to each other, grounded in the promises they had made. As they began walking away from the courtyard, they knew that whatever came next, they would face it together, one step at a time.
I'm glad we've talked about all of this. I know things won't be easy, but I feel like we've got a real shot at making it work, no matter what the future holds.
Me too. It's not about having all the answers right now. It's about being willing to face whatever comes our way, and I'm ready to do that with you.
Then let's make a promise, again, not just to stay together, but to keep growing together, no matter how far apart we are.
I promise, we'll figure this out, just like we've figured everything else out, one step at a time.
Under the blanket of stars, with their hearts full of hope and determination, Alex and Lily walked away from their high school years, ready to face the next chapter of their lives, knowing that their love, though tested, would continue to grow with every challenge they faced together. 5 words related to the theme of teenage love. Part 5, The Crossroads of Tomorrow.
Transition. The process of moving from one stage of life to another, often bringing uncertainty and change. Evolve. To develop gradually, often in response to new challenges or experiences, particularly in relationships.
Flexibility. The ability to adapt to new circumstances, important in maintaining a healthy relationship. Commitment. A deep sense of dedication and loyalty to someone or something, essential for long-term relationships.
Reassurance. The act of giving or receiving comfort and confidence, especially during times of uncertainty.